Hey y'all, I just came back from watching Superman, and after the movie, the feelings that I had was confusion. But now that I've had a chance to kind of think about how I felt about this movie and consolidate my thoughts, the two words that I would say have resonated with me are the feeling of emptiness in this one movie and just no heart and soul. So let's talk about it. I'm Sharon. I love talking about movies, and Superman was directed by James Gunn, who has done the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. And he was obviously brought on board to do Superman, possibly to give DC a new lick of paint and Superman a new kind of look, a new energy, whatever it was. So unfortunately, this movie just did not quite do it for me. And one of the main reasons, I guess, to start off with was that I felt that there was no emotional depth with Superman, as all kind of potential emotional scenes or emotional depth was kind of cut out of the movie. Every time there was a scene where we could kind of get closer to Superman as a person, as humanity, his humanity, I just felt like it never landed, or they cut to a joke or to the next scene, to an action sequence. So he felt really impersonal, which I think undermined what they actually wanted to do with this one, which is to balance out the fact that he is this invincible kind of godlike creature, but that he's also a human being. But we didn't get a ton of that humanity, so it felt a bit of a disconnect for me, in my opinion and in my experience. And the specific tone of this film is very James Gunn, right? Very light, very funny, very kind of child friendly, which is completely fine, but we can definitely still balance that out with having emotionality for us to connect. And I just felt like that wasn't there. I felt that there was confusion in tone as well, because like I said, I didn't feel any kind of connection with the characters. And there was a particular scene that took place with the journalists, the reporters in the movie, who were reporting on Superman and everything that was happening around the villain and everything, the context of the movie. And it was supposed to be a serious moment where there should have been urgency and worry as a normal reaction, but they were kind of just chill about it while everyone was running for their lives. And that was confusing. And that's just one example that I could think of, where I just felt like there was no consistency in the tone and in the feel of it. Like I said, on the one hand, this is very James Gunn, but on the other hand, like this is Superman. I don't know. I don't know what this meant. It just felt off to me, unfortunately. So it made it kind of hard for me to connect. I think another thing was that I think because of this, I felt like I didn't care about anyone in particular. I think I was 3/4 way through the movie and I just thought, I don't think I'm really particular. I don't think I care that much about anyone in this one. Like, there's no connection with any character that I felt, or there was no case made for anything in particular for us to really care and to really be invested in anyone. The only two things that I was invested in this movie was the dog and the alien baby. Once you see the alien baby, you'll know what I mean. The alien baby was so adorable, so cute. And the dog was really cute. And those were the two things that I cared for the most about in this movie. Like Superman, honestly, was I that emotionally invested? Not really. The imminent threat of Lex, who's played by Nicholas. Oh my goodness, I cannot remember his name. I'm very sorry to that man. But you know who you are, Nick. Like, he was a great villain, but I just, again, wasn't convinced of the gravity of the situation. It didn't really hit home for me. So there was no sense of fear, or I understand that not every superhero movie needs to have an apocalyptic energy to it. But like, for me, there was just nothing, there was just nothing big enough for me to really be fearful of this villain, or to feel strongly towards him, or to feel like there was a lot at stake. It didn't feel like there was much at stake, which made it kind of easy to disconnect from, honestly. And that's one of the reasons I just really disconnected from it. I think also the villain himself was fine. He obviously was more of a caricatured type of character, which is completely okay. But again, and we got his surface level reasons for doing what he was doing. But again, we didn't really get a real reason for any of his motivations, apart from just being like, I don't know, like just a sketchy kind of mean dude. Like, I needed to know even deeper what exactly were his motivations. Was it power based? Was it, ego based? Like, what was it? But again, I don't think there was any depth that went into any characters. Nothing was fleshed out enough for it to go that deep. I don't know if they cut things out of the movie. I don't know if it was just written that way. But because no one was given real attention, beneath surface level, we just didn't really know people's motivations. This is one of my issues that I think I've always had with the Superman character. I've just always felt that he's always really kind of one-dimensional and flat. And I mean, this is just, I'm not a superhero comic pro at all. I just judge what I see, okay, in the movies, and I just always feel this disconnect. And I think they specifically were trying to get us to be more connected, trying to make him more human. But even in that, I don't think it really hit home, because they still didn't give him any, fleshy defining characteristics. I think this one was more, he was more like kind of fun and young, a bit more careless, a little bit more of a quirky kind of younger character, rather than, the Henry Cavill Superman, who was giving very much grown man. And obviously, the original one, which I think is Christopher Reeves, was obviously very much a grown man vibe. But this Superman, he had a different personality, but I think we could have worked with that even more. But that wasn't even fleshed enough more, for us to really connect with him. That's how I felt anyway. So overall, because of that, I just thought, there was nothing technically wrong with this movie. There was nothing I hated. It was one of those films where I just felt like it was there, and I kind of just felt like people came through, they clocked in, they did their job, and they went home. So I don't feel that there was any real kind of heart or real soul. It just felt a bit void and empty for me. And I don't expect every movie to be gobsmackingly incredible and knock me off my feet. But sometimes, I normally do look for a little bit of heart, a little bit of soul, a little bit of punch, and a little bit of sentimentality in something that I watch, that I pay for. But there just wasn't anything in this case. I just felt like there was nothing like that, which was a little disappointing. So those are my thoughts on Superman. Please like and subscribe. Please leave a comment in the comment section if you have any thoughts. And thank you so much for joining me. Ciao.